Hello, and welcome to Karloc does BiffaCraft. Today we're going to have a quick tour of some parts of my main base, which is basically just an iron farm really. Okay, so let's get down from here and actually go inside. Okay, first let's go up to the top of my towers to have a look around the iron farms. This is a long ladder. Time to have some coffee. Hello, we finally made it up the top, and here we are on this glorious day. Oops, just need to sort something out. Okay, that's better. So let's have a look around the iron farms. Right, so basically at the top of the towers, in the four corners, we have the iron farms themselves. Let's just pick this one. As you can see, it's a standard spawning platform, 2 floors, a bunch of doors to create the village, and the one other thing you need obviously is villagers. Okay, right, now with the sound turned on, we can actually hear the villagers. Let's have a look. Here they are, in the corners, in their little pods to keep them safe and dry. There should be 3 in that one, 2 in that one, 3 in this one, and to make 10, should be 2 in this one. And for some reason I have to lay them out that way with the 3s diagonally opposite to each other. Absolutely no need. It's just the way I have to do it. Right, so they're pretty simple really. Stand back and have a quick look. That's what it looks like. A square box with some corner pods on for the villagers to keep them safe. See, there is 6 doors on each side, so then with 10 villagers it's more than enough to activate a iron golem. Could stand here and wait for one, but I might get bored because they do take a while. I recall 1 every 6 minutes per iron farm on average. So yes, that's how the iron farm up here works. Just quickly run across all this horrendous glass to another one to show you they're all pretty much the same. And to get around my top bit, you can even go through the iron farms, just because. Well, that's about all there is up this top part. I haven't finished building the top of my base up here yet, so plenty of work to do. As you can see, peering down on the other on the tall towers there are 4 more iron farms, one on each tower. There, 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 and all the way over there. They're all pretty much identical. The only difference is that the top farms just drop them through the bottom farms. So there's just one lava blade and hopper collection at the bottom of each. So that's about it for this part of the iron farm. I will whiz down the bottom and meet you there. Right, here we are now in one of the bottom parts of one of the towers, and here is basically my brewing room. It's nothing overly exciting. Some brewing stands, some chests, water, some nether wart even. So that's about it. I just thought I'd show you up inside one of the towers. Here we've got the hoppers that collect all the iron and the poppies. Over here are some chests of poppies. Then we go up one more level, and this is the Chamber of Death. So this is the killing room for the iron golems. They drop down from the spawning platforms, down the chute, and into the lava blade. They burn and then die, drop their stuff, hoppers pick it up. Pretty simple. The top iron farms drop all the way down through the bottom iron farms down into this same lava blade. And one more floor, and this is the chute that leads down to the lava blade. And there's the floor of the iron farm above. I can just about hear some villagers moaning up there. So if we pop up this short ladder and swim up, we can go inside this iron farm. We actually get out of the water, and this is the same as the ones on the very top of my base. The only easy way to access them is breaking through the floor like this. I needed to check constantly how many villagers were here, because we kept losing villagers every time the server reboot. But I've confined them enough now that it doesn't seem to happen, and hasn't happened in a long, long time. So every iron farm has a relatively easy way to access it. Put the floor back, don't want one less spawning space. And that is basically that from the iron farm. Right, I've now come down from the tower and now just going into the sort of centre of the base underneath the big iron golem statue. And this is in effect my AFK room, where I've got some pumpkin farms that you can hear ticking off every now and again, a bunch of chests, a auto smelter, doors to make it safe when I'm AFKing. And here is my main AFK room. Hoppers under the floor, super paranoia, all the goodies I might need, and I can lock myself in here. From here I can go up, up, up to a small enchanting room, very basic, cozy, and that's it. We can hear the fire crackling away around the iron golem's feet. And there is, looking up inside the iron golem, and there's the other leg. I haven't built anything inside the iron golem yet. I may do, but I'm not quite sure what yet. So this is inside the main body. That must be one of the arms. Lost track where I am, what I'm doing. And this takes you into the head of the iron golem statue. So it's pretty boring in here. Stuff to do. Don't want to fall off. But so this is looking down from the shoulder of the iron golem into, there's my portal room. There's one iron farm. There's another one. There's another. There's another. And it follows on at the back. I feel left some ladders on the outside of that where I was having to access it all the time at one point. Right, let's not fall here. There is just a tower for me to get up to the top. All the way back down through the flames, back into my AFK room, and then we drop down one more floor. We have access out into our room. This is where the drops for the iron come. This is where more drops for basically one side feeds one side, the other side of the base farm feeds the other. Out here is the output from the auto smelter from above. Over here is shockingly a bunch of hoppers, no, poppies, something. Just sorted out as they come through, so I only get iron coming through the last bit. So yeah, so this is where I stack up some of my iron. And that just about, I think, sums up every part of the iron farm, other than villagers actually. We could have a quick gander at where I breed up the villagers. Okay, right, down a couple of levels down in my base, we have the storage room that I'm looking, or in the middle of working on at the moment. Some melon farms. And down the end is villager breeding. Basically a bunch of chests with stuff in, mainly for trading, so I can open up the trades and work out what, whether I want to keep them or not, or whether I want to send them off on an expedition. Got a bunch of rail track set up so that when I pull them out onto the rail carts I can stop them at various places. Then if they're any good I can get them to come down this middle bit, or get them to go down the middle bit. Then if they're not so good I can send them that way, send them that way, and they go off down the long rail of doom. I mean rail of cake. Let's put them back. Well, I've got some to sort out in here at the moment. Need to clear out all of these, trade them up, see whether they're any good. Do the same over there. I need to change the size of this little chute here, because that one grew up before he popped through. But that won't be much effort. They've stopped breeding at the moment because they've run out of food, and they've basically trampled all the earth down now, used all the crop that was growing in there. And yeah. So the other way to stop them breeding is to turn the breeder off. If we go like this, the breeder is turned off. We come around here, these blocks are now blocking this space. Come back, and now we can see glass, and more importantly, looking up can see the sky. So basically down this hole is my special breeder village. Quite far down for safety and to make sure this bunch of villagers are well out of range of the doors to not be counted in the village. So basically there are 6 doors down there and one villager. I just have to break the glass if I need access to get down there again, but I shouldn't really ever need to. So then if I close off the light to the doors become invalid and the village collapses and therefore is deleted. And then when I want to recreate the village, open it up to the light, doors become valid, a villager there, means that you get a village formed. These here are close enough to the centre of that village down the bottom there to be counted as they think they're in the village, but because they are too high up, then they don't count on the count of the village. So despite there not being enough doors to support this many villagers, they will carry on breeding, well, forever really. You've got to be careful that they don't get too carried away, otherwise you could end up with hundreds or thousands of villagers in here, which the server admins then get very upset. So yeah, just some chests to support the villager habit, and then this rail track, which is where we send the villagers that we do not require anymore. And it's nice for them because there's cake, and villagers love cake, so they're happy to go off down there. I assume there's thousands down there now eating cake, having a party, but they don't seem to cause a problem to the server, so they're perfectly happy. All I would say is, if anyone visits my base, I wouldn't recommend going down there for your own safety. You know, cake can be dangerous and all of that. So that's about it. Everything that relates to my iron farms, I believe I've just gone through. Okay, thank you. Right, welcome to, this is Bob's Emporium. This is where I used to have a huge amount of villagers. Right, in here, used to go in through this door into an airlock, close the door behind us, open the door in front so that no zombies could get in, no villagers could escape. They're all kept in my carts anyway. They were all down here, sort of matching their colours, and then there was going to be a storeroom near the end, which never got finished. Here I used to have a whole bunch of villagers that were going to be available for people to trade with, but because I already have plenty of villagers in my base, it was decided that it might be a little bit too much for the server to have these extra 108 villagers that used to fill this room. So they took the long track, the cake, and were never seen up again. Well, a few of them I kept for very good trades. So that's it for that part. This is just peering down, don't want to fall, down into the slime farm that I'll do a quick tour of at another point.